What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. In today's discussion, in today's midweek report, I'm going to tell us what's coming ahead for CPI and PPI. I'm going to tell you what the market is expecting. I'm going to talk about the big news from Wednesday, and I'm going to give you a couple stocks that I'm keeping an eye on for the rest of the week, and I'll update you on VIX. Before I do that, though, weekly profit cycles, the quarterly, it's back. You can join for 1 quarter and check out what all the buzz is about. It is an amazing, uncorrelated product that just, that I love the consistency. I love how it's not correlated and able to produce some relatively consistent returns with, like I said, it's not correlated, which everybody wants. So it's an amazing product. Speaking of amazing, how about the S&P today? What a crazy day. This is a 1-minute chart of the S&P. Here's when the Bitcoin news came out. And you can see we roared all the way up to threatening 47.90. We came all the way back to volume weighted average price and then rallied $13 off of that to close 47.83. A really nice move. If you look at where we are on the chart, there's a method to this madness. Our close here today, 47.83.45. Our close from the 28th, 47.83.35. We closed exactly where we were on the high on the 29th. Really fascinating, really interesting. Kind of some similar price action out of the Qs. They actually still have potentially some more upside relative to the rest of the S&P. We did see some strength out of, IWM keeps trying to get a pop. It's unable to do so, but I'm liking IWM to potentially get a move out of CPI on Thursday. MDY, kind of a similar story. They really did try and sell it, but it looks like it's about to cross the 21-day moving average, closing 499. All right, so let's talk about what we're expecting for CPI tomorrow. I got to tell you, folks, I think the market is underpricing CPI. They're pricing in about a $31 move. Think about that. We moved $27 on Wednesday, and this is a big CPI number. If you want to look ahead toward Friday, where we also have PPI, I think this might be the steal of the year. Less than $40 to be along the 47.85 straddle, expiring Friday with CPI and PPI and bank earnings coming up, which leads us to, bank earnings. Before I get to the big news, we've got a ton of bank earnings coming up on Friday. BAC is coming up on Friday. Right now, they're pricing in about a $1.10 move. We have Citigroup on Friday. Citigroup, they're pricing in about a $2.20 move. So all of these are under 5%, folks. JP Morgan, the big boy of this group, similar story, guys. They're only pricing in about a $6 move. Again, little over 3%. That is nothing. I think they've underpriced these moves. Even Fargo, which tends to have some choppy earnings, I think the earnings are priced relatively inexpensively. They're pricing in only about $1.50. So just incredibly inexpensive, these bank earnings. Vol has come in so hard, so fast. I think there's an opportunity on Thursday, post CPI, to maybe play some of these stocks, and we're going to be taking a hard look at them in Trading Desk. All right, now finally, the move that we had on Wednesday was from the approval of the Bitcoin ETF, and we're going to see a Bitcoin ETF list very shortly. It was interesting, though, despite all the strength, look at Mara. You know, Mara barely closed up on the day. And, you know, that is, to me, pretty interesting that we got this approval. We got this big pop, and then they sold it off. So I think we probably want to, if I'm looking to go long Bitcoin, I want to wait a day or two. I want to let these list, then potentially jump into it. I don't think that the price action today is actually very bullish Bitcoin. So wait until these things list, maybe wait a day or two after that, then look at whether you know, we want to jump in to Bitcoin or one of these other ETFs. Now, VIX ahead of CPI tomorrow, it's 1270. Futures term structure is incredibly inexpensive, about 70 cents. They're basically pricing that CPI is going to be incredibly boring and that nothing is going to happen. So if we do get some selling out of CPI, there could be some fireworks. If CPI is hot and the market doesn't like it, it is not priced for a big move. So it is not hard for a big player to push this thing around, and we could see an outsized move to the downside if the number is hot. Be prepared. Finally, kind of other little stocks I'm keeping an eye on are oil. Oil was up big on Wednesday and then kind of got sold after inventories rose. So interesting day for oil. I'm still bullish oil, but not nearly as bullish as I was. Folks, in NitroTrader, I just did a really cool trade that I'm excited about, where I'm taking advantage of the, call it mispricing between a couple of big ETFs. I'm traded RSP equal weighted S&P versus regular S&P. It's a really cool trade, really good setup, and I'm excited to be trading it. We also got to close a nice trade in XOM versus CVX. I'm basically long. CVX calls for a credit. That's the type of trade I love. All right, everybody. You got questions about our services or weekly profit cycles, call my team 888-872-3301 or email us support@optionpit.com. Have a great rest of your trading week. See ya.